What's going on? What's good? Mike is in the building, and today I'm bringing you this super sweet video. Aside from the single-sided Swingarm looking amazing on this bike, it makes it a breeze for you to do your chain adjustment. Let's get to this video real quick. I'm going to show you guys how to do that and what you're going to need to actually accomplish this task. It's a very simple task to actually get done, guys. What you're going to need is gloves, keep your hands clean, 14mm socket, the specialty Ducati chain tool that you're going to need, socket, and lastly, a torque wrench. Let's get this popping. There's a few ways of you doing this, guys. These two bolts here are holding the eccentric cam. Once you loosen these guys up, you don't have to remove them completely. This is what you're going to need to torque down once you're done, of course. So we're going to loosen these guys up. 14mm socket wrench here. That is tight, boy. Alright, so here we go. Nice and tight on there. There we go. There you go. Loose enough, Lenny. As you guys can see, these two bolts that's holding the eccentric cam are loose. They're not completely taken out. You don't have to. If you guys were to take these out completely, make sure you use anti-seize lube before putting them back in. This is the tool you're going to need to rotate the eccentric cam, okay? Now, if you look in between here, this tool fits right in here, just like that. See that? It fits, then you rotate. Based on how you want it to be tightened or loosened. You can either go down or you can go up. Okay, guys, as you can see, my chain is fairly loose. See it moving, clean but loose. If you go by your service manual, you're supposed to get the length of the chain here, and then from here you go dead center here. You push down, you can see your chain's length. How mine's a little flappy, you can tell. Now, as you're doing this, guys, you can either do it while your bike is on your rear stand where you're standing straight up, or you can do it on your kickstand. What I choose to do, I do it on the kickstand only because you have to factor in when your suspension compressed, your chain kind of stretch and pull. So you have to factor that in if you keep the bike on the rear stand when you're doing this, but I'm not doing it that way. I'm going to do it from the back. So let's tighten the chains. You can see here, if I rotate this the incorrect way, you'll see how it slants down a little bit. You see that? I would release, went down, so it's a little bit more slack. I'm going to change that up a little bit. Alright. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It totally moved. Okay. Go just a little bit more here. If you really want to be precise, you can actually get a millimeter ruler and kind of watch it. There we go. Just went down just a little bit. Now keep in mind, as you're working on this and you're doing this process, guys, when your chain is hot, it stretches and expands. So keep that in mind when you ride the bike, that it will. And also when you compress, when you're sitting on it, apply weight, it's going to change. So allow space for the chain to go up and down when you're riding, so you know it doesn't wear out your components. It's not needed to. So this looks pretty good there. It's not flapping into there. This is pretty good. I'd rather go a little bit slightly looser instead of tighter, guys, because if you actually over tighten this, it could wear out components on your bike a lot faster. So your chain, your sprocket, your transmission could be worn a lot faster. So keep that in mind. Very loosely do this. I'd say that's a healthy chain right there. By the way, whoever's watching this, you're probably gonna say, oh, it's leaking here. I washed the bike recently, so you're getting a little bit of liquid here. So let's tighten these two bolts and then we can torque it down. Okay guys, so now we're gonna tighten these down. Just keep in mind, you wanna cross tighten. Don't just tighten one side where it gets too tight. So right now, I'm gonna make it tight enough with my fingers. There we are. Go to the other side. Pretty tight here. See, just hand tight. Okay, as instructed with your torque wrench, you're supposed to tighten this to 31 Newton meters. That converts to 20. That converts to roughly 23 foot-pounds of torque. 22.89 to be exact for some of you guys out there. And you're gonna kind of cross to it. You don't want to do it in one way. Okay. There you go. And the sequence for this is 1, 2, 1. That side. Job to do this. It doesn't require a whole lot. The fact that it's single-sided swing arm makes it fairly easy. The thing about this task is making sure you have this here. This is your single-sided swing arm chain adjusting tool. This one here is machined from billet aluminum. You can get them from anywhere between $15 to $30 depending on the style. I've seen some red ones, I've seen some natural ones. That's the trick. And make sure you have yourself a torque wrench and follow your service manual. If you take this to the dealer and get this done, they're gonna charge you about $100 or so, or maybe $60. Who knows? It all depends what they're going rate. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Let your boys know it's been doing the thing all right. Make sure you guys subscribe, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Shout out to Motivation USA for hitting your boy up with these t-shirts. If you guys want one of these t-shirts, drop a comment down below. I'll select somebody. I'll send you one of these. These are pretty dope. Great to work in your garage. Capture all the sweat, keeps you nice and cool. Let's get it.